Hello everyone and welcome back to HatCamBass's wet edition of the MTB Slam attempt for May. As usual, we're trying to catch as many fish as we can using the baits from this month's MTB Pro Box, giving ourselves about 5 hours on the water to complete the challenge. This month we actually had 6 baits. We had some Cinco style worms, we had a spinnerbait, a medium diving crankbait, a jerkbait, a creature bait, and a topwater frog. We were doing some pond fishing this month in some unseasonably wet North Texas weather. North Texas is not a desert climate, but it definitely is not a wet climate, and I've just never seen this much rain for this time of the year. So our first day out in the morning, we were dealing with some light rain, and I tied on a bait that I'm very confident in. When pond fishing, I know I can catch fish on this just about every time. That's the Armour tube worm from Savage Gear, and that's what we caught fish number 1 on.
Got him!
I've really come to love the Armour tube worm because you really can catch multiple fish on one bait because of that mesh lining inside. You don't have to worry about it tearing. In fact, I was playing around with the worm and I tore it in half to see how strong it was. It was pretty strong, but what I did was I took half of that worm and rigged it wacky rigged onto a hook, and we actually caught a bigger fish doing that. After about an hour, the weather started to get nasty, so we had to call it quits for the morning, but we came back later in the afternoon and I started fishing the Yo-zuri 3DS Minnow jerkbait. It's in bluegill color. And we caught fish number 3 using that bait. It was a small one. But these baits are fantastic for pond fishing. You can kind of think of them as a finesse hard bait, but they work really well on finicky bass that you're going to see in ponds. These fish that are highly pressured, they really seem to go for these smaller jerk baits. So I highly recommend this if you do a lot of pond fishing.
Got one. Small one.
So overall, I spent about 2.5 hours fishing on day 1. Caught 3 using 2 of the baits. When I came back out the next time, I was using the Lunker Bug creature bait from Lunkerhunt. I had it rigged Texas rigged, and I was tossing around some shoreline vegetation. Unfortunately though, this bait just wasn't very good. I gave it a good shot, but the bait just doesn't have very good action at all. I think the plastic's a little bit too hard, so I really couldn't recommend this bait to you. From there, I moved on to the Sebile bull crank medium diving crankbait, and I really like this bait. The color they gave us was fantastic. It's metallic color with some chartreuse and green and blue. Really good color. The bait ran really well out of the box. Didn't have to make any adjustments to it at all. The weight is situated like right above the front hook, so as you retrieve, the bait really dives down quickly, which is cool. Overall, really nice crankbait. Just didn't have any luck with it today. Next up, we tried the spinnerbait from Skinny Bear. It's called the Big Guy. Also no luck with this one because I think it's a little bit too big for the pond we were fishing. I just didn't have enough deep water to fish this like I would normally want to. But this was a fantastic spinnerbait. It is a large profile spinnerbait, and I'm not just talking about the weight. Everything about it is bigger, so the head, the eye, the hook, it's all bigger than a normal spinnerbait would be. And this does have the feel of a handmade spinnerbait, so it's high quality. One of the things I changed, it does come with some kind of weird trailer thing. I cut that off. It was kind of getting in the way. But other than that slight modification, it was a really, really nice spinnerbait. And for the last hour and a half or so of our 5 hours of fishing, I did tie on the Spittin frog from River to Sea. These are fantastic hybrid style frogs. I already own a couple of them. I've had a lot of success using them, so they do work. And I did have a few blow-ups on them this time around. Just didn't manage to actually land one of them. And that was how our slam came to an end. We ended up with 3 fish on 2 of the baits. A little disappointed I didn't catch one on some of the other baits. But that's the way fishing goes. We'll give it another try next month. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe to us, and I really do appreciate you watching.